Sunday candlelight yoga, our very favorite. I'm glad we're here today together. We're going to get through any things, any disappointment that we are not watching the Steelers-Bills playoff game, any disappointment that it is Sunday, any disappointment that we don't get Martin Luther King Day off and that the game is rescheduled at 4:30 on said day. None of that stuff. All of that stuff is going to be left, and yoga is going to sweep in and save the day. And we are going to forget about all that shit that I have previously spoken of. Now, friends, what do we want to do today? Do we want to do warm and cozy? Let's do this. Let's dissect our Bikram hot yoga. Here we are. We are going to start dissecting, once again, our Bikram hot yoga series, so that when we take our hot 26 class out in public, we don't have to be so concerned. We are going to know what poses that we might have to fake, and otherwise know which poses we are comfortable with, and we go in there ready to kill it. Okay, so here we are. We are starting our hot 26 with a breathing exercise called pranayama, which is short for breathing exercise. Taking our hands together here, interlocking fingers, placing our fist, our lone fist, beneath our chin, our lone chin, maybe, and then bringing our elbows to the sky high and together. If that's, I don't even know what you have to do or be to do that, but that's the end goal. We got a ways to go. But anyway, we are pushing our head down and we are forcing our elbows into the sky, and we are inhaling. You're inhaling, right? Slowly, 6 to the count of 6, inhale, and then we are pushing out. Slowly exhaling and bringing our elbows together. Consequently easier than bringing them all the way together above your head. And don't talk. Inhaling down. All right. We have it. Usually you'll do that about 5 times, depending on how long your class is. Pranayama, pose 1. Now we will standing position, hands coming overhead, and we will begin to hinge, bend. Don't keep your back straight, bending straight over to the side so that you feel the stretch through the opposite side of your body that you're reaching towards. In this case, the right side. So what we'll do here is we will start to warm up by moving back and forth in our half moon pose. This is half moon prep pose, or I like to call this the hooked fish. Now, remember to kick your, in this case, left hip out as you lean over to the right side. You have to engage your core here. Very important. And then we will move into a more intense, focused half moon pose by leaning first to the left, really kicking the right hip out, keeping chest open. You don't want to be twisted over. Your chest is open to the front. This is a side bend, side stretch. It'd be hard to breathe if you are doing that to the fullest extent possible. Not hard, but be hard to talk and breathe, let's put it that way. Now turning to the other side and leaning to our right, kicking left hip out and stretching overhead, reaching, chest opening. And very good, up through center. Half moon pose, pose number 2. Now number 3, awkward pose. This is obviously one of our favorites. You're gonna sit back as you would in your chair pose. Sit deeply back as though the chair is slightly too far away. And bringing hands forward, out in front, and lifting to our toes. Find a fixed focal point and keep your neck in alignment. Put your head back. Your balance is going to be compromised. Trust me. I just trialed it out for us. Keep your head in alignment with your spine. In your awkward pose. And it's awkward. It's pretty awkward. But if you don't make it there in your first class, don't sweat it. You can stay in your chair. Nobody's going to notice. There's too much pain going on for anyone else to notice what the heck you're doing. From here, sitting back still, returning to our chair. And in this case, we will have our hands overhead and we will bring our arms down, bringing our left hand behind the right arm and up, bend the right arm. Now lock hands, palms together for your bind, and your eagle, and bringing left leg up and over. Bent right knee, binding around the right calf. You want to go into your full eagle, finding a fixed focal point. And switching sides, sitting back down into our chair. Now bringing right hand under, up here. Right hand's going to pass under your left arm, bring your right arm up, the left arm around, palms together. Lifting now, right arm, right leg over left bent knee. You're going to feel this after a while in your left hamstring. You will. Trust me. That is your eagle pose. Pose numero 4. And in case we were not having enough fun at this point, we will move into our toe, head to knee pose. You can leave the toe out. Bringing our right foot up. Halfway, bending right knee, interlocking fingers underneath our right foot. And we will stand and lift our right leg in front of us. And we will not ever talk during this position. It's illegal. And bringing your head towards your knee to the extent possible. And sometimes that extent is not very great. Bring your left leg up, hands interlocked.
Fingers intertwined. And standing to bring left knee.
Yes, now remember, depending on how crowded your hot 26 is, if you cannonball into someone, or just be careful, know your limits. Actually don't, it's more fun if you just do it. It's more fun, and you're never gonna do it if you don't just try. All right, so planting our left foot. Now we're gonna move into our standing bow pose, similar to Royal Dancer. We're going to reach back with our right arm and grab the inside of our right leg, right foot. Getting your balance, finding a fixed focal point. Out front, we're going to hinge forward at the hips, waist, bringing our left arm out front. See how I'm buying time here? Standing bow. Be bow-like as possible. It's not easy to be bow-like. All right, now switching legs to the right, planting the right foot, grabbing left foot, inside of right, left foot with left hand, okay? I got this. No, you don't have this. Quiet the mind, 100%. We're going to hinge forward and kick our foot back into the ceiling, our left foot. Using your left foot to power by, going through your quadricep. Just send your leg up to the sky. And that's going to lift your chest forward. Whoa. Standing bow pose. Not super easy, not super easy. It wasn't meant to be super easy, nor was the stick. Right leg is planted. Nope, left foot. Left foot is planted. We are planting the left foot. We are lifting the right leg up and pointing the right toe back to the back wall. We're hinging forward at waist. Bring our hands, also stick like such. Another time buying tactic you may not have in your class, but you might. Depends on how chatty your yoga instructor is. Left leg, right leg back. Shh, no talk. And before your stick crumples, you may come out of your stick and switch your stick sides. Planting now the right foot. Bringing left leg to the sky. To the back wall goes the foot. Standing sticks. Yay, high five. We have earned our intense leg stretch as we bring our legs wider than shoulder length. Wider, much wider. Hinging at the waist. We are dropping our head and letting our body weight pull us forward, stretching through the hamstrings. You may sway side to side. You may drop your arms to either side of your head and interlock your fingers behind your elbows, or you may pull your chest towards your thighs for a deeper hamstring stretch. And then relax and let all the blood flowing to your brain make you so much smarter. Just have to stay in this position. That's the only catch. So I wish someone was here to ask me some trivia questions right now. Okay. Now, I hope that's a comfortable position for everyone. It is very comfortable, if you ask me. Returning to our standing position, we will now bring our right leg out front, sort of, not out front, but to the side. Kicking left leg back. So your legs are in alignment. Okay? Recording live not from the Steelers-Bills game. That's where I'm not recording live from. I wasn't scheduled to report live there, but I was scheduled to report live to my couch. From here, we are going into our triangle pose. Right hand comes inside of our slightly bent right knee. Put it on your ankle or your floor mat, straightening to the degree possible, not completely locking the right knee, and bringing left arm to the sky for triangle. You're opening through your chest. Looking up, gaze is lifted to fingertips. Not like you have to twist your neck in some inhumane way. The gaze is lifted. And switching our sides. You will now bend the left knee, sinking into left knee, right leg kicks back. Was that English? That was not English. But what it meant, translation was a foot, you got a 90-degree angle to your leg, basically, more or less. As we bring our left foot, this is your foot, by the way, left hand comes to the inside of the left knee, hand plants on the mat or on your ankle, right arm lifts to the sky, chest is lifted, gaze is lifted. Very well, friends. We have completed the triangle. We are still, as you will notice, in the same wide leg stance. We are now, as we would do in Humble Warrior, we will be bringing our chest towards our thigh. But in this variation, our hands come overhead and we're lengthening through the spine, pulling our body weight forward as we drop our fingers to the ground, lengthening through the spine. And you will find that this is a pretty potent back of the leg, right leg stretch. And continue to push your fingers further away, extending the spine. And up and over, we will switch sides of our upgraded Humble Warrior. I don't think that's what it's called. Okay, we are lengthening, extending, engaging the shoulders and stretching fingertips out front and down to the floor. Bringing the head towards your knee, if that's humanly comprehensible. And bringing feet together, returning to a standing position. Now, we will enter into a pose that I like to call upgraded tree. It's the nature of the Asana 26. Everything is upgraded just so slightly, apparently. And then you have to wear a Speedo. Love it. Forgot about that part. Okay, I had to make it hotter in here to get, after we've done all the really hard poses, all right? Does that make sense? You get it. It's gonna be hot. I forgot to tell you about that part. It is going to be hot in there. It's going to be a good thing because it's going to make you a lot more flexible, and that sounds like a wives' tale. I didn't believe it at all until I went to hot yoga a few times, and then I started realizing that science works, and it does. So, planting our left foot. We are going to bring our, if you want to come into your, I'm a big fan of the normal human, naturally occurring tree here. If you want to do your tree here, do it, because nobody is going to judge that. It's going to be a beautiful tree, no matter what. Or you can do the super lotusy, crunchy legs, speedo version of the tree pose, meaning you bring your right foot all the way up in here, all the way up in here in this left thigh, front of thigh. And shh, don't talk during this at all. And then you have to do this part. Okay, and then, as if this isn't fun enough, we're going to drop, shh, don't. Drop our hands to the floor, like so, okay? And then we're gonna bend our left knee, pulling up onto our toe. That's right, our toe. We're in a toe stand. And then we're gonna bring our hands together, like so. All right, so let me show you this from the other side real quick, just in case you're still trying to figure out what the heck we're trying to do here and why. Okay, shh. I'm still trying to figure that part out, so shh. We're like this. We're up there. Most of us are holding our legs up here like this. Do. Now we're bending over. And we're bending down. We're lifting our toe. And we are doing that. We're bowling ball styling now, off of our mat into the next lane. Try not to. But you can't. It's kind of fun. That's how all these Hot 26 fist fights start, you know? Okay. I don't know how many Hot 26 fist fights there have been. I'm sure like just a lot. So, planting our right foot now. Bringing left foot in for our tree, or try your super hot asana, super crunchy lotusy leg. The cha-cha is optional during this part. Before your tree runs away, you can drop to the floor, drop to your toe, and lift. Right? I would, if you want to, come up with a exit move, something a little over the top. Think about it, just consider it. Okay, in this point of the class, you're gonna be like, oh my God, how much more can I take? And your instructor's gonna say, Shavasana. And you're gonna say, oh, holy shit. I cannot wait to go on my all about me shopping day now that I'm done with that Hot 26. Shit. I didn't even think that was 26 pose. That went so fast. I love Hot 26. What a breeze. And then he's going to say, pull your knee in one at a time to your chest. And you're going to say, oh, this is my new favorite class. I'm doing this every Tuesday and Saturday. And afterwards, I'm going to get yogurt and treat myself to something nice. And then you'll bring both legs in. And this is really nice. If you want to, you can rock side to side. I don't know if they're going to give you that option, but I am. You can have that option in my class. You're going to be in your releasing pose. You're going to say straighten out your legs put your hands overhead. You're like, oh, this is glorious. And do a power sit-up. That's what you'll hear out of the blue. And you will have to powerly sit up, extend your legs, arms over, expel the air from your lungs in your power sit-up, and then roll onto your stomach for what I like to call the back 9, the back 13 probably. So that was a false alarm. The yogurt is going to have to wait, and it is going to earn itself in this back 13. Okay? How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The back 11, okay? We needed to be precise with that. In the back 11, we are coming over to our stomach. We are cinching the legs tightly together, placing our palms beside of us at our armpits and lifting our chest up, pushing through the palms, keeping our legs cinched tightly together on the ground, fortunately, squeezing the glutes. You're supporting your lower back with your glutes. This is a back bend. That is the point of the cobra. See the feet and legs tight, squeezing the glutes and bending through the back, pushing up through the palms and fingertips. Exhale. Inhale into your cobra. And exhale down slowly. One more. You're going to wish that I did 10 more. Let me just say that. And down. Before we now move into our lotus pose. No, not lotus, lotus. Lotus is a beautiful object. It's a flower. The locust is one of the most terrifying insects that there is. And I don't know if that's because of our deeply ingrained Catholic upbringings or our religious teachings that make us despise the locust. I don't mind locusts. I don't mind them, but I don't like them. But I'm not totally scared. All right. I'm buying us time. I'm buying us all time before we wrap our arms beneath our body.
Planting our hands beneath our thighs, palms to the floor, pushing down through the hands, squeezing through the glutes and lifting. Squeezing as hard as our little locusty heart can squeeze, and lifting as high as our locusty legs will lift into our locust pose, holding.
Don't try your disappearing act. No, I won't stand for that. One chance is all you get. Before you get the axe, try your disappearing.
Okay.
I won't put up with it. I know you think you're quick, but I'm quicker.
So that's like our regular locust. That's when they're just chilling out. Then we have to go into our full locust, which must be when that scary thing is flying towards you. We are now the full locust taking flight. We are getting our arms back, reaching towards our locusty legs, lifting our locusty legs and antennae and things, pulling our wings back, lifting all their heads. They have heads. They do. They have to. I know they have eyes. Okay. We're lifting our legs, locusty, as high as possible, pushing our wings back as far as we can, and just really enjoying this moment. Now I just feel sorry for locusts. I don't hate them as much anymore because that is their life. God, that's a painful existence. So now, don't get too excited. Don't do what I'm doing. Stay on your stomach. Stay on your stomach. Now, we are going to bend our once locusty legs and still slightly locusty and grab the outside of our legs, feet right below our toes. We're going to use our push our feet back and up and use that pressure to lift our chest off the ground for our
bow pose.
keep your legs pulled in to, normal standing leg position. You don't have to crunch your knees together in the middle. Just and lifting through the glutes. It's a wonderful sensation. Lift and lowering out of our bow pose. I know you guys wanted to hold that longer. I'm sorry that I am such a slacker today. I am. Here we go. We are going into our fixed firm pose, okay? In the fixed firm pose, you are bending your knees and kicking your feet back so your feet are out away from your body, toes are pointing away from your body. We're sitting down on the ground in between our heels. I know, yeah, I know. It's not very easy to do. For some of us, maybe those of us over the age of 45, grabbing probably our lower back to support as we bring our head to the floor, resting head, and eventually, slowly, if I were you, grabbing and lifting our hands overhead. Probably bending slightly to the back if you are a mere mortal. There is a point in every fixed firm pose if I wonder if it's done for good, if the deal is sealed and I am fixed and permanent in fixed firm pose. And sliding or lifting or flopping out of your fixed firm pose, we will move into an inverse back stretch that is much more pleasant. Sitting our tailbone back towards our feet, we will take our arms overhead and reach out, bringing head to the mat, extending and lengthening through the spine. Half tortoise.
Keep your shoulders engaged. You should feel this through your shoulders, through your glutes. They come into your hamstrings. Continuing to reach, extending the fingertips further out to sink and straighten your back deeper into the stretch. And that is our half
Tortoise pose. Excellent work, yoga friends. Now we will move into our camel pose, our favorite. Coming up to our knees. Spine is straight, lengthened. And we are going to place our hands on our waist temporarily, bending through the back, leaning back, collecting our balance, and we will find our ankles and bend into our camel pose. Remember to keep your core engaged, going into and ideally coming out of that, or we get stuck in camel purgatory and we crumple and we cry. Engaging the glutes to lift out gloriously out of your camel pose. And here we'll move into our rabbit, which should feel very nice. An inverse back stretch, rolling through the spine, bringing your head, tucking your head down to the mat, bringing your head to your knees. You can scoot, walk your knees into your head a little bit if needed, and then lift tailbone to the sky, grabbing the back of the heels and pushing up into our rabbit. Feel the stretch through the shoulders. I don't know why I said it like that, but you will. Now, if you hold this long enough, your shoulders will start to feel better because you'll start to feel the burning, the lactic acid building up in the back of your glutes. Your glutes come together with your hamstring because you are continuously lifting through your feet, pushing down through your feet, lifting through your knees to push your tailbone to the sky. So this area starts becoming engaged. And it is, what's that thing where you plant and they come up in different times? Sequential? It's sequential pain. But if you visualize it as a garden of pain, try it. I don't know. Let me know how it goes. Grabbing, not grabbing, don't grab. Grabbing's not nice, first of all. Sitting, being seated. And we are going to extend our left leg out, bringing our right knee bent. Right foot comes to the left inner thigh. And we are going to hinge forward at the waist and grab our left foot, pulling our head to our knee, or seated, head to toe, head to knee, toes, maybe. I call it seated. What do I call it? We call it half drag. Modified half dragonfly is what I would call it normally. But I actually don't know what it is even called in this. Yeah, it's called head to knee, head to knee. One thing I will give Mr. Hot 26 credit for is his directness. He's not a good dude. If you Google it, you'll be like, oh my God. He's what you would expect of a man that teaches hot yoga in a Speedo and has a harem. Also, that part. Leaning forward. Right.
Grabbing right foot, pulling your head to knee. It's a very effective and all-encompassing and challenging yoga set. Brilliant. But it doesn't mean
that we worship the inventor. So just remember that in any aspect of your life, in any way you can apply that wisdoms, learn from Bikram yoga how to apply that wisdoms in your life. That's what he was just trying to teach us, trying to avoid us being taken advantage of by others. Now, taking our right foot and bending it in, bringing our right foot up under our left buttock, hip area. Bringing our left leg over, bent right knee, and we're going to put the outside of our right arm on outside of left knee and twist and look over our left shoulder for seated spinal twist. Keep your back long and twisting. With each exhalation, trying to twist a little, and I do mean a little, deeper into your seated spinal twist. That left hand should be behind your hips, pushing upward to prevent your back from bending. You want to support your lower back. You don't want to twist and bend. Your back has to be lengthened in this pose. I'll show you what I mean. I think you know what I mean. Left leg under, right leg over top of bent left leg. Left leg is this one. This is your right leg. Left arm comes outside of your right leg. Left, right, knee. This hand, which is consequently your right or my right, comes under behind your back, right here. Okay? Pushing up. Keep you from doing this. Keep you straight. It kicks like a support beam. And you're going to twist your straight spine and twist. You're not twisting from this position. You're twisting from this position. I'm looking over your right shoulder. There you go. See a spinal twist. Wow. Sometimes if you twist too far, you're going to get scared for a second that you might be twisted that way forever. And then sometimes in that case, if you need to untwist, you could do it a little bit this way, a little bit back. It's like take some of the torque off. You can de-torque, and then we can re-torque. So in this moment of time, your yoga instructor will ask you to get on your knees and sink back onto your feet. This is only to teach what we're supposed to do. This is the way to teach it. Open your mouth, put your tongue slightly out, and start panting like you would visualize a dog panting. If you do that, you'll notice that your diaphragm is pumping in and out very quickly. You're only focusing on the exhalation. Your body will involuntarily do the inhalation part, okay? But now we want to do it through just our nose, closing our mouth. We are going to hyperventilate, called breath of fire. Apparently that is supposed to let us go into meditation and or forget the next 30 minutes.
Yo, get the speaker box loud, hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound.
Okay, keep breathing fire. Keep breathing it as long as you want to. So we will meet again. We will run through that in like pure class format soon, and we will work our asses off in Hot 26.